Fantastic. This is Nigel O'Dean. Thank you very much, Nigel, for all your contributions in the process. It's been one of my favourite that we've done, and you've put an awful lot into it. Not least with your impressive poster collection, which continues out of shot over here, which we'll come to in a bit, really. But tell us, Nigel, what were you thinking about when you came on the course? What were your objectives, and what were you hoping to get out of this?
My objective really was to understand what e-marketing was all about. I've spent 26 years working in corporations, and the whole e-marketing side of it was an area where I've never really got involved in that to any degree. Right. It's something that was done by another part of my team or the department in the past, and I found myself in a position where I've got a change of career, that I'm opening up my own company. I'm starting my own business, and one of the first things that I said to myself was I have to understand about e-marketing. First of all, to create my own website, and secondly, to acquire the skills to be able to actually start applying that for new customers going forward in the future. So, because for me, the e-marketing side of things is continuing to grow and is going to be part of the future. So that's my real prime objective for wanting to come on the course. A bit more of an exciting journey for you from this point than your previous roles, in that you get to play with all these features of it rather than one little bit. No, it's been for me. I've really enjoyed it. I've learned a huge amount from a position of really, as I said, very much being a Web 1 person, to understanding what Web 2 was all about. Understanding about viral marketing, search engine optimizations, things that, as far as I was concerned, were things other people did. And at the heart of it, also for me, was about learning to do persuasive content writing for the web. I'd done a lot of writing before for brochures, but it was actually translating those skills to how do you apply that to the web.
Fantastic. So, I mean, at the end of this process then, do you think that there are any particular secrets to this, or is it actually sort of creative application of common sense, really? 7 weeks is not a long time to discover all these things, but you seem to, for me, to sort of travel on a long journey through that in a very short space of time, really. So,
yeah, well, for me, it's been a really exciting way of learning about a lot of things which are web focused, but actually applying some of the fundamentals of marketing and good writing, but applying them to the web itself rather than that was done in the traditional way, in a brochure or in a sales tool and some other sales tool, be it PowerPoint presentation. And it's how you make that come to life. But for me, the good thing about the course is it's taught me some different techniques, and also has got behind the page. Getting into source coding, getting into some of the elements of that, and also some of the psychology behind it. The layouts, the designs, the stuff we did on iTracker was a real eye-opener from the point of view of how people look at a web page, which is different to when they'd open up a brochure or a magazine. The amount of time they don't spend looking, and the amount of time that you really need to grab their attention. And that different designs and layouts can make a big difference on the bounce rate, and being able to lead people through.
Stunning. Why don't we have a little look through some of the subjects and the sort of the kind of what might be highlights or milestones, I don't know. Starting with long tail segmentation and sort of positioning. What was your sort of feeling on long tail? Did it make sense? You were probably aware of it beforehand in your industry, but perhaps it wasn't called that, I don't know.
Yeah, well, for me it was very much applying the principles of niche marketing, which I've known about for many, many years, which Chris Anderson has really applied that very well to how you make money on the web by doing that. How do you mine
for himself as well?
Absolutely. Well, he's an information marketer. He's made good money out of that. But the long tail. This section here is about mass market is right at the top end, very big volumes. But long tail for me, the niche marketing, is about finding people who are looking for really specialist, specific things. Be it genres of music, be it 1920s costumes or clothing, if you're in that sort of, or if you're in the Georgian period, whatever it might be. And actually bringing the access of your products to a much wider audience than those who might do it from travelling up to London or coming to your shop, or doing it through the traditional clubs where you get people that sort of sign up and you get your brochure and you get it sent in the post.
Yeah.
This is about you can do it online, which most people now do so much more online.
We explored that before we started on this video, didn't we? And it was this idea that perhaps that Longtail suggests that rather than just selling costumes online, you have to say, I am a Victorian reproduction costume.
Yeah, absolutely.
I am, you know, and very much sort of come further down into the sort of long tail than perhaps sort of people expected. Yeah. Really, that's one of the things that emerged.
This is one of the things I learned applying it to my own business model. You know, my specialty is industrial and technology marketing.
Yeah.
There are a huge number of people who are offering marketing services. I'm not into the consumer side of things. Yeah. It's very much business to business. But even within that, if I apply Anderson's long tail, the areas that I've looked to specialise in, and I've picked it up here for me, being long tail, is the area of composites,
yeah.
engineering plastics, renewable energy technologies, and specialty chemicals. So even within that broad business to business, which you'd actually find is probably in the torso here,
yeah.
from marketing everything to there, to now say, right, I'm now picking these
yeah.
particular long tails, which is in line with my previous business expertise.
And you start to publish around those subjects.
Exactly.
You get a search visibility, social media, and all that kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Take us through some of the areas that you've been working on in your post there.
Well, from the long tail, having got that point there, the next stage was actually look at the keywords. And when
yeah.
we went through one of the in week 2 about finding the keywords, how will people find you on the web?
Yeah.
And this was a really interesting exercise using the AdWords tool, the Google AdWords tool, because my initial thoughts was people would search industrial marketing, technology, composites marketing, etc. By using this tool, I've actually done the data here. You know, on engineering plastics, plastics marketing, renewable, there wasn't even enough. There was no data as such being put here. Global figures were very, very small. When you started to type in industrial marketing, the numbers got bigger. Technology marketing, they got even bigger. But the really big one was B2B marketing. And my conclusion for that was, if I'm setting out my stall as a B2B marketing position, I've got to go as my primary key phrase as B2B marketing. And the people who are in the technology side, who are in the B2B industrial, they don't actually perceive themselves as being in that niche.
Right.
They actually think broad.
This is the danger of a lack of common language.
Exactly, exactly. So what I've done is tried to combine the best of all worlds here.
Yeah.
My primary keyword is B2B marketing that I'm putting within there,
yeah.
but also building into my H2s, into the body copy text, is the 2 other highly searched, which is industrial marketing and technical marketing.
And I guess this is where your strategy for organic search and pay-per-click might differ almost. This is classically organic, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I guess you might go a bit more niche and specific on your pay-per-click, buy signals, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, very much for this was all about trying to help the organic side of things.